All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are continuing our recent runner technical analysis videos looking at tops and BRQS. So it's been about a week since we've made this stock, and really it played out exactly as expected. Just broke a very critical resistance line, and we're sitting at a pretty interesting place right here, okay? So we'll get into the details shortly, but real quick, what are we gonna do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, just thank you so much for watching these, okay? And then if you disagree with anything I got to say, please throw it in the comments, okay? I'm not here pretending to be perfect or all-knowing. I don't have a crystal ball or anything. So if your opinions are better than mine, I actually want to hear them. I'm not going to be a hater, okay? All right, so all that said, let's get into it. So again, it's actually been about a week since we've made this video. We made it after this pop, right? This is the recent runners. And the big emphasis was make sure it opens over this line before we even consider it, right? Because again, we're not here for one big pop. We're here for the follow through, right? And the good thing was we don't even get a fake out. It definitely opens under the line, goes even lower, but you know, makes it look like it was a decent candle, but obviously not what we needed. From there, it just kind of keeps going down, actually loses the 8 and confirms under the 8. So in a lot of ways, I am actually surprised that we recovered today, okay? Because again, right, I always say it, under the 8 is bad. This is one day under. When you do it again and you confirm, that's definitely super bad. That is not good. And my assumption would have been this coming here. The funny thing is, even when these two happened, the green was actually still up and the green was actually still up. So again, there's no like perfection or guarantee to this, right? It's really about setting expectations and moving from there. But really the big story was, again, once this cracked, man, the day flew. The day got as high as 1 something, right? So I really wanted to say, hey, even if you waited just for here, you would have caught most of it. Unfortunately, it really dropped a lot, right? So where are we today? Let's just get into the specifics. Look, like I said, we're in a really interesting place, okay? We did break a really important resistance line. We actually did break a really important moving average. I need confidence. And sorry, we're sitting in a gap right here, right? All things considered, we really should come to roughly 140 or whatever this line is, 150, right? So this 50 moving average has been a real pesky line. You can see there was one moment here, but definitely nothing spectacular. Small moment here, nothing spectacular. Small one here, and then just a lot of pain under the 50. So the 50 is for sure no joke. And you know I don't like this. I don't like when the day before was trading around under 1 million the day before, and all of a sudden we're at almost 50 million, right? I don't want to 50x my volume. That's just so unreasonable, right? But hey, it's at least a lot lower than this day. We know that this thing can go a lot higher, so hey, you never know, right? But I'll at least say this. You have to open over, where did this close? 105. If it opens at 106, that could definitely be interesting. What I really care about is a close at 120. You really gotta close over the 50 moving average. And remember, I don't care about doing it once. You actually have to do it twice, okay? So close tomorrow and then confirm the next day, all right? I know it sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, you really need to set your criteria a little higher. Make the stock prove itself. Prove that you're going to sustain and continue, not just pump and dump, right? Pump and dump, right? Pump and I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, I liked the volume got a little higher than this day, got a little higher up here, right? So there's definitely some positivity. And I mean, I love a good gap fill. I really do. So I do like the way that these both look. The RSI is not too high. There's definitely some positivity here, but I think I'm just a little hesitant until we break that 50. I'll be real honest with you. It's an interesting weekly. I'll at least say that. We've definitely got a nice little uptrend going. we're into at least halfway in the week, right? So anything can happen the next 2 days, but it seems like this thing does want to keep going up. Volume does keep increasing. I don't like that RSI. It's really odd that that looks like that. Nonetheless, look, this thing hasn't been over the 8 in a good while. What is the 8 at? 115. What's this thing at? Come on, baby. 119. So again, that 115, 120 range might be a bit of a resistance, and I think that's actually what we saw today. So, because again, like I said, you see it here. It literally went to like 124, 125 before it dropped back down to the 105 range. So, it's weird. I'm not confident enough to say bullish here, but nothing seems bad enough for me to say bearish. I think I'm just... I don't trust the stock. You know what I mean? I think that's really what's driving a lot of my hesitation in the analysis. But yeah, 140, 150 seem like they should be realistic targets based on the gap fill, the MACD, RSI, and the volume. Hopefully volume holds tomorrow though, okay? BRQS. So this, I feel like, was supposed to do some silly things way before and it just never did. I know I've seen this stock a couple times. I just kind of zoomed out to try to see where. But look, at the minimum, I'm glad we did this because what do we see? Look, all we've really done is trade under the 50, and all we've really done is struggle with the 8 and the 20. There was a nice little moment right here, but again, most stocks did well in early January, so I don't know how much of that counts. It kind of got us over the 50 a little bit, but I'm real interested where we're at right now. Okay, this 17% is for sure a recent runner, right? That's definitely a good single day. I'm really interested to see if this thing's gonna continue. Okay, I'm gonna make some lines right here as I talk, but look, there's definitely a plateau right here. Okay, I'm gonna lower that just a little bit. I think that's about a better number. And then where does this put us compared to the, okay, yeah, I like those. And then I'll put one right up here. Okay, so look, this red should bring us to 32. And you can see we actually did wick it, right? This plateau right here is not going to be easy. But if we can break this plateau, there's a really good reason to believe we'd come up to this one right here at 50, right? Clearly, this guy right here is going to be a little bit pesky. But honestly, I think, and I'm going to go ahead and do it right here, I think I'm going to set an alert at 33. I would love to know if 33 broke. 36, I obviously drew it because it's the top of this. That might be a little too close to the 100 to make it worth it. But breaking the 100, breaking 40, and riding that to 50 would actually be a pretty decent trade. It's a good 25% move, right? 10, 20, 30, 40. And yeah, you have a nice gap fill, plus you're over some critical moving averages, right? From there, if 50 cents breaks, yeah, we actually might run up to 85 in all honesty. So there's an interesting chart here to be had for sure. Let's zoom in and kind of talk about what's going on down here. I love this RSI, right? It tried, failed, bounced and did better. Love that, right? And we kind of see that here. It wanted to pop, couldn't, and then went a little higher. That gave enough time for the MACD to catch up, and I see green over red, and I'm really surprised that we actually had more volume today than on this day too, so I do like that. Obviously, I wish it was back-to-back versus this up here drop and then back up here, but look, we gapped over and technically broke 2 moving averages on a single candle, okay? If you give me good confirmation, man, that might be the start of something big here, like I said, with a roughly 80 target. This thing has been well under the 8 for a long time. We're now kind of going horizontal on it. I don't know if we're going to actually break it, but look, that second line I drew at 36 pretty much lines up exactly with the 20 moving average. Getting over the 8 and the 20 on the weekly is 5 times better on the daily, right? Because again, 5 dailies is 1 weekly. So this is still not bullish yet. We're definitely still under it, but I'm glad we're at least going horizontal, and aside from that continuous down, right? But This, I think 36 line just got a little extra emphasis. I actually really thought it was this 32, but yeah, I think this 36. And again, I talked about it, right? That might put us a little too close to 40. And maybe it's worth just waiting until 41 breaks. You know what I mean? So just different ways of playing this stock out. But very, very interesting to say the least. I think, not even I think, I know it all starts with how tomorrow confirms. So yeah, a little easier on this one than on tops. Again, tops isn't necessarily bad. It's just, I think I need it to prove a little more. And really, in a lot of ways, I might end up feeling really dumb by not saying the same thing. Because let's be honest, this 50's been no joke here, right? But yeah, look how low this RSI got, right? This thing had 13. I thought it was in the single digits, but it's definitely making a nice little move up, and it's been in the 70s not that long ago. So again, it kind of makes me believe we might at least hit 40 and see what happens from there. But hey, if you disagree with anything, let me know. Otherwise, you know I appreciate your time so much.